I'd like to open the public hearing for amending the law number 115, animals of the Code of Town of Kingston, at 6:25, May 4th. I'll call the order. Linda, you wanna take a?
Councilman Hurley?
Here.
Councilman Moore?
Here.
Councilman Nelson is excused. Councilman Wells?
I'm here.
And Supervisor Hoffman?
Here.
Sure. So introducing the amendment to, proposed amendment to Law 115, animals. The current law on the books stated that animals were not allowed anywhere on town property. 2 to 3 years, possibly even 4 years ago, we had made a decision that we didn't really care if people brought their dogs down to, you know, the Boy Scout events or other events down here at the town, the summer kickoff events, etc. Even to the point where we put in cleanup stations. So as I was been going through laws and just finding things that are either outdated or simple typographical errors that need to be updated to make them correct, that was one I found. And the only amendment from the current law to the proposed law was the removal of the line, animals are not allowed on town property. Now, that doesn't mean in town property. It still cannot be brought into town property, and that is worded in there, unless they're a guide dog, a service dog, etc. Again, those stipulations are in there. So outside property, not a problem. Inside, again, they have to be a working dog of some sort. Anyone have any questions regarding that removal of that line?
Where was that?
It was, I'll just scroll through the original one here, stand by. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on, it looks weird on my phone compared to what I look at on the computer. It was under section 115-5, before the letter A. It was just a statement randomly under that heading before all the subcategories under that. So that's what it was, or currently is.
Do you know when that was adopted?
Yeah, I can look and get that number for you. Can I get that at the end?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, I'll just look.
Thanks.
No problem. We'll open it up to any public comment for next.
Any public comments? Any?
So just to be clear,
Yes, sir.
dogs are allowed on property.
On the property.
On the property. They're not allowed in any building, town garage,
In any building owned by the town.
firehouse, town hall,
Firehouse is not owned by the town.
okay?
The firehouse.
I'll bet, okay, dollars to donuts, most people don't know that,
Yeah, I agree.
okay?
I agree.
So they're allowed in firehouse.
Yep.
What other buildings are, that's it? Just
That's
the
it
two.
right now.
Okay,
Right now. But again, if we
okay,
build an annex somewhere, then
right,
it would be done in that.
and the enforcement is simply, any official can say, your dog's not allowed here unless it's a service dog, it must leave.
Any, let's see,
So-
so true enforcement is done by our code enforcement officer,
Correct.
as with any code, okay? So honestly, if there is a complaint about a dog, it should be brought up to him.
Okay.
Or to the supervisor if he's around, et
Okay.
cetera.
So if someone brings a dog into this meeting today, no one here can officially say,
He can.
you can,
Yes.
dog's not allowed here, please take it outside,
Yeah.
unless it's a true service dog.
Correct.
Now, in New York State, a true service dog is a trained dog, not an emotional support dog.
Yes,
Correct.
it's a trained
Trained service dog,
service dog.
okay?
Correct.
Alright,
Any other questions?
thank you.
Ed, you gonna eat this now?
Yeah. I personally, allowing dogs here on the grounds is is wrong. Sees that our grounds are so small and our playgrounds over there. I mean, I've been here for quite a few years, even as the highway superintendent. They never pick up, and we have kids playing, you know, even with the rec program, they play over there too. And I don't think they should be allowed on there, you know. They don't pick up. You know, lawnmower gets it, but I haven't seen anybody pick anything up. And if you ask the highway guys, I'm going to bet that they see them, and they don't see anybody picking it up. I just thought it was a bad idea, the whole thing.
Are there signs outside saying police your dog?
Yeah,
Yeah, right on the cleanup stations.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So who enforces it?
Again, it's a code enforcement officer's duty to enforce any of those laws.
So he's here on Tuesday and Thursday.
yes, John Paul,
So who's the dog control officer?
I,
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, it seems like from the law,
I would be.
115-8, you would be the
Responsible
enforcing
for-
authority,
Yes,
and then you would have to bring that to the town justice if. So where are dogs kept if they're?
so if I pick your dog up, I would keep it for a little while, I have a little kennel.
Okay.
And then I would advertise it to give you a chance, and then if you don't come pick it up, I transfer it to, Saugerties.
That's an animal hospital or
No, it's a, Saugerties,
boarding?
Shelter, right?
Animal
shelter, animal
SAS,
shelter.
yeah.
And then I turn it over to them, and then you would have to go pick it up, and then you would have to prove if it's licensed, it has its rabies shots, they won't let you take an animal unless it's licensed. And then if there's any injuries, I would take it, obviously, I would take it to the nearest animal hospital, and the town would pay it, and then when you went to pick up your dog, you would pay us back.
Okay.
And for some reason, if it was a stray dog, and wasn't picked up, obviously the town would pay for that fee. And I believe it's, and don't quote me on this, I would have to look at that again, $35 a day to keep it at the shelter. I think I've been doing this for 5 years. I can think of 2 dogs I took in, actually people didn't pick up.
Right.
And then if the owners pick up, you would have to pay the shelter's fees.
Okay. I was just curious about that process.
Thank you. So I would like to make a motion that we accept and we adjourn the public hearing at 6:30 p.m.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
I nominate. I'd like to make a motion, can I do that in the town board meeting?
For the law?
Yeah.
In the meeting.
Alright. Now, I'd like to open the public hearing for amending the law 321 solid waste of the code of the town of Kingston, called to order. Linda, can you take roll call, please?
Councilman Hurley,
Here.
Councilman Moore,
Here,
Councilman Nelson is excused, Councilman Was,
Here.
and Supervisor Hoffman.
Here. Then you wanna go with that one too?
Sure, we're looking at amending law 321, which is solid waste of the code of the town of Kingston. Again, some wording issues. The predominant one which jumped out, and I'm trying to get the number for you so you have a reference there, Mr. Kimball. Under 321-4, it currently reads that a one-family residence can have no more than 4 receptacles having a volume not to exceed 32 gallons each, or up to 128 gallons combined. Well, with the current contract with Waste Management, most households have been given a 96-gallon container. Some have 2. There are some that I'm sure have more. So, as the law was written, currently, most residents were breaking that law. So I wanted to update it to the current terms based on waste management. There were assorted typographical errors that, as I went through, corrected, but nothing that changed any laws other than, there were 2 thes and there were an in instead, or an instead of an and such minor stuff, but once my mind gets going on those things, I start picking up all those little details. We also, let's see, hold on. I gotta find the section. It does talk about, again, all the offenses and what can be done. Again, it's a code enforcement officer's requirement to take care of any infractions of this law. And, stand by. Oh, the other thing that was changed were some of the prices of the fines. They didn't match up to what was on our current fee schedule. So I corrected that, so. But other than that, it was simply mostly typographic issues and correcting the size of the containers, just to bring it up to current conditions. Anyone have any questions?
Anybody have any public comments?
What was the penalty for it being too big?
Stamp.
Current law.
Any person violating any of the provisions in this article could be punishable by a fine of not to exceed $5,000. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Or imprisonment up to 15 days.
Oh, trash.
Yeah, all over having the wrong size trash can.
That would resolve some budget issues.
Yeah, you think?
Where do they get in prison?
That's what it should be for not picking up after your dog.
So, I mean, once we pass this,
Correct.
is it possible to send it out on to, on Sawkill page to say, please review this law?
Town of Kingston.
Town of Kingston page, Sawkill page, all of them, to get as many people as
We
I don't
possible?
have-
only handle the town of Kingston
Okay.
page,
I
just
I have
to be
nothing to
clear.
do with
Okay.
that one, that's not a town
Okay.
page.
Yeah,
But we need to get this out to as many people as
That
possible,
we
so they
put on the
don't know it.
website,
What's that?
also it'll be put on the website.
Website,
Notice
okay.
on the website.
Yeah,
It'll be listed on the documents and forms page,
okay,
that is on the basic page. They can go out in the next
Newsletter.
summary, because I'm
Right.
not sending out
yeah.
Right.
20-something pages, but I can put a summary of the new
yeah,
information.
okay, even not just bullet points, even to the point of, goes out at 5 o'clock on a Thursday night, back in by 5 o'clock on
Yes.
the next day. you know?
Correct.
Yeah,
Oh, yes, that was specific, thank you for bringing that up.
yeah,
That was specifically laid out, when you can put your cans out, when they should be put back away, just to help tidy up the town.
mm-hmm,
And the,
And the distance from the curb.
so that stuff, I think, I almost feel like that stuff should be put in a letter and mailed to each residence.
I
Because I
agree.
think that stuff, because it's going to be supposed to be enforced.
Yep.
I think that should be a notice that
Mhm.
goes sent out.
thank you, yeah.
Yeah, specific thing,
Yep.
sure.
Even if it's in bullet points of these, and then highlight, if you want more information, go to the website, click this link.
And the letter goes in the recycling.
Then when it goes to
Right.
recycling.
Which you can have as many cans of those you want, according to the law. 1981 initially, and amended in 2004.
No, but
You got it.
there was one of the laws there, there's a resolution that was.
Thank you, Darren.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, Paul?
I have 2 things. One, I think the penalties you were referring to, Darren, are for exclusively for medical waste.
Did I read too far down? I did.
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct.
So they're not that bad.
No, sorry.
I like that idea.
Thank you for correcting that, John Paul.
I think it's on 321-5B.
Oh, yeah, there you go. $100 initial, $250 additional, up 500 up to 1,000 if it's not taken care of. Overtime, over 30 days, et cetera, et cetera.
The question I had was, I thought there was some discussion at some point about the distance from the road. The receptacles would have to be moved back to.
Yep.
Is that in this law? I'm not finding it.
Yep, it should be. It was 20 feet is what we came up with. I'm looking at the old law because I was just looking at the dates for Mr. Kimball. Not that one. And this one. Implementation.
Oh, I see it. It's placement of receptacles.
Yep.
D.
Yeah, letter D under section 321.
So is that, how's that measured? That's measured from the white line or the edge of the asphalt, or? Because I have our cans on Stoddard Lane, we keep at the end of Stoddard Lane, being that the trucks don't come
Coming
up.
your road, right?
So, I mean, we're pretty close to that 20-foot measurement.
As far as for them picking them up?
In terms of removing them and storing them.
He leaves them there.
Yeah, so you don't have to bring them all the way up to your house.
Right, yeah, so when I
If I put mine, and I actually measured it the other day, because I was working on my front porch area, I had my measure, I was like, let's see where that mark is. In the meadows, that puts them almost up about 3 feet in front of my garage. So, there had been mention about people putting them behind the house or 50 feet, and that's why the 50 foot puts it somewhere in my backyard.
right.
So I just thought 20 foot was a decent number.
So
Do I-
where is it measured? How do you measure
It would be
from
measured from the edge of the road.
the white line or
White
the
line.
asphalt or
White line.
the white line?
White
Okay.
line.
I think you meet it.
I mean, it's certainly close.
Well, I think there's a difference between the spirit of the law and the letter of the law.
Correct.
That if you can put them off far enough, it's only 15.7 feet, then, yeah, okay, but the idea is to get it off the road.
Sure.
So we can keep the area looking nice.
Right.
As well
That's
as
the point of the law.
multiple people on South Hill Road
Multiple people on
themselves.
Sauk Hill Road should
Because
back
so
it
close to
up.
the edge, you have to
Right,
veer a
go
little bit so you
around.
don't hit it.
Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna enforce, oh, you're only 19 feet away, find another foot.
Right.
And where do you measure from, the white line, when there is no white line?
Right.
Center of the line,
Right.
you know,
To,
curb, what
to
is it?
to quote something that a wise gentleman once told me,
What does that mean?
the soccer law book is a book of laws because laws can be interpreted.
Right.
Rules are black and white. You like that?
Like that, you learned something, right?
Yeah, I think the only consideration is that, this isn't written in ink yet. That, if there is language that sort of clarifies if there is discrepancy, because as a neighbor, I could go to the town board, the code enforcement officer, and be like, that's 19 and a half feet from the curb, my neighbor, you need to do something about it.
When I originally wrote the law, I think I had it as a reasonable distance. And
Right.
people started chiming in, well, what's a reasonable distance?
Sure.
And people started saying 50 feet, this and that, and it should be in your garage. I was like, don't have a garage.
Yeah. I mean, I think there will be a number of people within that 20 feet that have gone into the routine of keeping their garbage in that distance.
Which again, I don't want to speak for the code enforcement officer, but I don't think he's going to be out there with a tape measure.
No, I hear you on all that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in terms of writing this law right now.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know that there's a good way around it without setting some kind of number.
I think you have to set a number.
Right.
Speed limit on the Sauk Hill Road is 45, I do 50. Am I breaking the law? Technically,
Right.
but, there are times when it's okay.
Sure.
There are times I do 30.
Right.
20 feet, that's the baseline.
Right.
From that point on, 19 and a half to 27, let's get it off the road, make it look good, keep it safe from bears,
Gotcha.
That's the point of the law, that's the spirit.
Got you 100%.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions? Do you have any questions, Kath? We were just talking about the new proposed amendments to the garbage law.
What's the new proposed?
Sure, no problem. Most of it was just wording. In the current law, no resident could have a container larger than 32 pounds, but Waste Management provides containers that are 96.
Oh, well,
So corrected that,
yeah.
corrected and put in a time that you should have your cans out by and when they should be returned back to wherever you're storing them.
Return back how many feet?
See, that's what we're
That's
just talking
20
about.
feet, that's what they're just.
20 was the number,
Because
20 feet.
right,
20 feet is, but as long as it's not on the road.
right.
Like some of them are.
No, that was the reason we set a number, so
Good idea.
you could clearly go by and go, well, that's right next to the road, that's not 20 feet. So yeah, those are the basic adjustments to it, so.
Well, looking at 20 of my feet, that's really not that far.
You look at my feet and you might as well leave them on the road.
Give you an idea, it's only because you know where I am. At my house, I have the silver car parked to the side of my driveway, on like in the grass next to the driveway. The back end of that car is 20 feet.
I don't know.
So it's a-
I'm just looking at 20 of mine, and that's not that very far.
To give you an idea, it's about halfway from the road to my front door, which would be about the same at your house.
Oh, well, that's off the road
Yeah.
then. But I thought that's more than 20 feet.
Yeah, no, it's about the same distance.
Well, if that's what you guys like.
Any other public comments?
We're saying 20 feet from the road and there, with the white line again. If you go, you have to say from the edge of the road. Because there ain't no road in this town that the town has any white lines on it. And if you go 20 feet from the white line on the county road,
It'd be the
it would
middle
still
of
be
the
in,
road.
yeah, it still could be in the road. You know what I'm saying, Darren?
20 feet from the white line?
Yeah,
that's.
yeah.
How can it be in the middle of the road?
That's where, the white line, from the edge of the road.
Because
you're talking
he's
about.
saying most of the towns
But
in
you
Kingston don't have.
I know that, but
an
he's
edge
talking
line.
about a county road now, like say Sauk Hill Road,
Sawkill Road.
yeah.
So, all right, I made a mistake there, you're right. But
That's why I was like, oh, you got me, I was like,
it should be, just from the edge of the road, not from the line, because we don't have the line.
let me see how I actually wrote it.
Hey, how are you?
It was actually worded from the roadside.
There you go.
Okay, well, I didn't get a copy, that's why I didn't get it.
Yeah, there was some out there.
That's why I was questioning.
Yep, yeah, actually 20 feet from the roadside.
That's good.
And just to reiterate, I mentioned about timing of putting the receptacles out, which had never been in there before. Receptacles can be placed curbside prior to 6 a.m. on the day of pickup, but not before 5 p.m. the night before. So, at noon on a Thursday, you shouldn't be putting your garbage out. 5 o'clock or after is fine. And then returned no later than 6 p.m. on the day of pickup. They should be removed from curbside, from roadside, and that's for any residential consideration.
It picked up last week at 4:30, I think it was.
There were people who said they got it around 4:30.
Who's gonna enforce all this?
Code enforcement officer. That's a whole nother topic, but that is how the law is written. I agree.
How many hours a week does that man have?
We're not here to
Payroll.
discuss, I'll talk to you later about it, we're not here to discuss that right now during this public hearing.
Any more public comments? I'd like to make a motion, we adjourn the public hearing for amending law 321 solid waste of the code of the town of Kingston at 6:45 p.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No nays, and passes
Don't miss.
7 p.m.
Second.
With the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like you to stand for a moment of silence for the town residents we have lost over the past year, and Clark Kimball, the past building inspector, one before Bob. Thank you. fire exits are to the kitchen to the left, out the back door, and then there's one, the way you came in, you go out the hallway and make a right, and they're right there. Roll call.
Councilman Hurley.
Here.
Councilman Moore.
Here.
Councilman Nelson is excused. Councilman Wells.
Here?
And Supervisor Hoffman.
Here. Motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No nays, passes. Supervisor report is posted on the building board over there. You guys have any questions about this? Town clerk report?
The town clerk's office took in $19 in April in dog license fees.
Thanks.
Audit of general town bills, claim 142 through 161, total of $18,689.39. Claim 160, highway claims 162 through 169, total of $2,677.16.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No nays, motion passes. Committee reports, Councilman Wells.
Currently, I have nothing initially to bring up. We're waiting to hear, let me turn that on, a little bit better. We're waiting to hear back from our insurance regarding the possibility of having a farmer's market here on property. Thought it'd be something different. Also looking to have it on a Friday night because a lot of people work weekends, and obviously with it already being the summer, a lot of the people that go to farmers markets and sell there already have their schedules out. So I figured trying it on a Friday night might be a good deal. We'll see what happens. The initial thought was to make a small donation to the firehouse to reserve their spot. That's still yet to be discussed, but that was one of the possibilities brought up. So we're waiting to hear back on them to see if we need any kind of special rider to handle it, or if our insurance currently would cover us having such an event. As soon as I know more about that, I'll let everyone know and get the dates out there. That's all I have until new business.
Councilman Moore?
The boys been still doing ditching, they're working up on Gray Lane. I guess there was some water problems up there and,
You can't hear you.
oh, I'm sorry.
Turn that on.
How about now?
Button in the back.
What the hell's this? Oh.
No, nothing.
How about the
David.
switch?
Anyway, I'll talk a little louder, I'm sorry, that's what that was on. The highway department's been doing a lot of ditching around town, you know. And they're up on Gray Lane, working up there, doing some ditching, and then they're gonna go over to up by Warhawk, there's water problem there. And that's about it. They go out every day, they leave, and they do their work that they have to do, and they're doing a good job. Al took a week off, he went down south to see some relatives, and that's about it. That's all I have on that highway.
Whoops.
Thank you, Larry.
Councilman Hurley?
We had a recent meeting with the Comprehensive Plan Committee, and we are working through that. It's gonna be a long process, but some things we're looking at is detailing the vacant lots we have in town. What do they look like now? Where are we gonna go? Looking at B&Bs, we're looking at a water survey up on Hill Road, and we're just gonna continue to push forward to see where the comprehensive plan goes. And so there'll be public hearings, you're welcome to come, but we'll be dealing with that as we go along. So next meeting is I gave you the date, Linda, but I forget what date it is. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's in May, I can tell you that.
I think, was it May 19th?
May 19th, yes.
Tuesday, right?
No, Wednesday,
Wednesday. So May 13th. I
May
believe.
13th, okay.
Yeah.
So May 13th is the next day, okay. Then I'll share some things with new business.
John Paul, you have anything for the planning board, from the planning board?
No, I mean, currently we don't have any business. Other than, it looks like everyone has changed their password for their email and is using it, except for maybe Casey Swartz. So I'll reach out to him just to make sure he was able to get the email up and running. But other than that, the new trainings are now available for everyone. The town board has access as well, and the list is very extensive. It gets on a number of subjects, which are all really good. So.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for setting us up with that. I signed up for my first 4
Oh, good.
classes. I just got the email back this morning
Nice.
for access to them, so.
Cool.
A lot of, like you said, a lot of the topics look very interesting.
Yeah.
I couldn't
We
hear
couldn't
him.
hear that.
What I'm saying?
We don't know what the class is.
Oh, okay, there are classes set up through an organization that the planning board and the town board can take regarding planning issues, et cetera. And John Paul brought it to the town board's attention, we got it all set up, so it's available to planning board members and town board members. I signed up for one on a basic comprehensive plan, because I know we're working on that currently. One on GIS, another one on green living of some kind. I can't remember exactly what the title was, but again, there are numerous topics that will help out everyone who can get access to them, so thank you again for that.
Samantha, you have a update on the grant for,
Nothing really to update. I've got all the materials now, so I'm going to submit it tomorrow, and yeah, we'll just get it out there and hope for the best.
thank you. Old business? The Memorial Day ceremony will be 10 a.m. on Memorial Day. Mrs. Capo and Mr. Capo will be doing a slideshow and a movie, I believe, with just slideshow and with breakfast foods in the town hall afterwards. Any other old business? New business? Ken, new business?
Yeah, I took a ride with Councilman Moore yesterday, specifically looking at the B&Bs in the town. And what I did is had my daughter literally go online, search B&Bs in the town of Kingston. They don't give you addresses while you're looking at Airbnb, but so she simply went to Google Maps and focused in and found the houses, and so we went to take a look at them all. Came across 13 different places, most of them are not registered. So that's some revenue that we need to look at, and I will be giving a full report to Supervisor Hoffman in the near future to say show him what we found. We found houses that need to be condemned because the roofs are caving in, have caved in. We found other things that are happening that we're not sure it's supposed to be. So it was a good ride. It was a really good ride around. So we spent about 2 hours on the road just looking at the town. And so I will get a full report to Mr. Supervisor Hoffman very soon. Yes, Sam?
What is the current Airbnb law? Like, how do they have to register?
Yeah,
with the town,
they're supposed to be
all of
registered,
them?
and there's an annual inspection.
Is there a certain number that we're allowed to have?
I believe the number is.
No, there is
There's no number? I thought okay.
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 10 or 12, I
Yeah.
It was
believe.
a percentage or something.
It was percentage was in like 3, so they increased because it was such a small town. I believe it was set up as 10 or 12, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure of the exact number.
So I will be, pulling all those things together, and then if we find someone that is having a B&B, we'll send them a letter. And with the registration information, say, please sign this.
Is there a fine for them not registering?
Well, I'll cross that road when I get to it. Yeah, I'll cross that road when we get to it, see what happens, okay? You know, I don't wanna poke people in the eye, but at the same time, if you're doing something that you're not supposed to, then I'm gonna, you know, say something, you know? And, we'll see where it goes.
Good.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. And then we received a letter from Kathy and Doug Renard and, looking for it,
Jerry and Debbie.
Jerry and Debbie. They would like to plant a tree out somewhere on town property to, for remembrance for Douglas Renard Jr. and Ben Brown. So we walked outside, we have an idea where we would like to plant the tree. Ed's just gotta check with the highway department tomorrow, make sure there's nothing there. It's gotta be a small flowering tree from Adams. And then I told her that if we approve it, that we would have the highway guys and we would help them dig the hole and plant the tree on a day of their choosing.
And it's possible that the manager at Adams in the nursery, who was a good friend of Ben's, I'm sure he's gonna come along and be of a big help too. Yeah.
And then,
Nice.
like I told you, if you need help picking it up, just call me, I'll come pick it up in my truck, or I'll see if the highway guys will come help you with the pickup truck. But I'd rather, for something like that, I would rather use my own truck because it's really not town business.
Right, but I think Adams is gonna take care of it, but we'll let you know.
Yeah,
I'll check
I'll
in
be
with
glad, and I'll get people to help me lift it and take it out. So I would like to make a motion that we allow the Renard and Debbie to plant a tree somewhere on town property in remembrance of Jerry and Doug,
Ben.
Ben,
Doug.
sorry.
Ben and Doug. It's in honor of their, what would have been their 50th birthday this year.
Right. I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? It passes.
Thank you.
Any other new business?
The laws. We had two public hearings earlier this evening for amendments to two current town laws. The first being 115, the animal law, simply removed the line that animals were not allowed on town property. It seemed kind of silly that at one point, I'm pretty sure actually Larry is the one who suggested we buy cleanup stations for the dogs with the bags and the garbage, et cetera, and a sign on them. We have them on property, but according to our laws, it said you couldn't have a dog on property. So that was to correct that. So I would like to make a motion. What number was it, Linda?
115.
No, what law?
Amendment, resolution 29.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to pass resolution 29 regarding the amendment of law 115 animals to the code of the town of Kingston.
I second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays?
Nay.
One nay. Motion passes.
And secondly, we had a second public hearing regarding, again, mostly wording issues of law 321 solid waste, which is the garbage law. We did print a couple copies. If you'd like some, I can email it to you, or we can print you one on the way out. The one big thing that stuck out when I was going through the laws was that it currently read that each residence could only have a container of up to 32 gallons, when in fact the containers that Waste Management provides us are 96. So everyone was breaking the law already. I also put in stipulations of when you can put your cans out, which is they should be out by 6 a.m. And that is, we base that off of what Waste Management told us. Yeah, I know they were here at 4:45 to some houses last week. As early as 5 p.m. the evening before, but no earlier, and they are to be removed by 6 p.m. the day of pickup to a distance of at least 20 feet from roadside. I'm sure there's gonna be somebody who's gonna say, but I put them next to my shed and my shed is 18 feet. We had that discussion before. The big thing we're looking for is that you remove them from the roadside. But if we were too vague in the law, then we couldn't say, well, you didn't move your trash can. Well, I moved it 6 inches, we didn't want to deal with all that, so. So I would like to make a motion that we pass resolution 30, amending the law 321 solid waste to the code of the town of Kingston.
There, sorry,
Yes, sir.
you didn't mention one of those times in the public hearing, which was having the cans be put away 6 p.m. on the day of pickup. I don't remember hearing that during the public hearing.
I thought
It was
did.
it was just the amendment for the laws. It didn't list any specifics for it, but you were allowed to come in and get information for them.
No, I know, I thought I did discuss it at the end though, because somebody asked me about it.
All right, well, I may have missed it, but
No problem.
I have a question.
Sure,
Because if someone works and they don't get home till 8 because they commute, they're violating the law and there's no way they can get their cans in by 6 p.m.
We can always work out individual deals, and I don't say deals, but if you let us know that, hey, I work in the city and I work till 6 and I get home at 8 o'clock on Friday nights, we can note that, because if you're not a repeated violator, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the people who have their garbage out by the road 24/7, 7 days a week. And it was one of those deals where, again, if you didn't have some set numbers, there's nothing to enforce. If we could just say, hey, you need to put your garbage cans away, well, I put it away on Tuesday. It didn't say so. But we can discuss that further. We mentioned before about the 20 feet. We're not gonna have, and nor do we think our code enforcement officer is gonna take the time to go out there with a tape measure and go, hey, you're at 18 feet 7. It's more the over and over violators. Is that what we're looking for? We had to put in some kind of wording to allow that to happen.
Darren,
Yes, sir.
how are you gonna publicize this so the residents know?
The law will be posted on the website, on the Facebook page, and we're going to send out a letter to every resident noting the times and the 20-foot and all that. We
All
discussed
the
that at the end.
specific changes that were made that
Correct.
will affect everything.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, a specific letter with the changes will go out. Because it does affect everybody's day-to-day pretty quickly. Any other questions? So I made a motion.
I second it. All in favor?
Aye.
No nays, motion passes. Questions and comments?
Dave, I was just wondering, reassessment, where are we with that?
So I spoke to the assessor in length, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. Hopefully by August, he's working on other stuff, and then hopefully by August, he'll be sending the RFPs out. And then we should get them back sometime November, December, he's saying. So it's moving forward. I will talk to him again in June to see, and then in July to start hopefully pushing that forward. He goes on vacation and he's working on other stuff, so hopefully the beginning of August.
I know the last couple of months he's been trying to get the tax rolls finished up for the towns he works for, so it had to be in by a certain date, so.
And I believe he was gonna sign that today, the tax roll, Friday or today.
I think he was here today, I think he dropped it off today, so.
Yes, Larry?
On Memorial Day, Dave, Linda mentioned that you were getting the audio system for outside.
Yes,
Okay, will I be able to hook up my computer to it so I can play the music through it?
Yeah, I imagine so, it's pretty new, if you can't, we'll figure something out, but I'm sure you can.
Well, I'll bring down my equipment, keep it in my car just in case we need it. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question or comment? Yes, John Paul?
I just kind of quickly looked through an email that was from our prior attorney at the time the short-term rental law was created, and I just quickly browsed through it, and it doesn't seem like there's language in there for a cap of number of short-term rentals.
It was discussed in the meeting, might not have ever been put into wording, that's possible. But
Okay.
it was discussed at one point, 10 to 12, but might not put in wording.
Yeah, okay.
I did see some information, reading through some of the laws, that there was a number, and I don't know what that is now.
Yeah.
But I did see a number of a cap on the number of B&Bs are allowed in the town.
Yeah, I mean, that is a common thing.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it in the law that the planning board reviewed. But I mean, there is some numbers in there in terms of capacity, in terms of how many people at the actual dwelling.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Thank
From
you,
what I'm
John
seeing.
Paul.
How many did you find, Ken, on your ride?
I think, 13.
Oh, so then, and there's some that are registered, so then you're probably over already.
Yeah, I don't know which ones of those are registered,
Yeah.
and there may be more that I missed, but we'll find out.
Did you just check Airbnb or was it like Verbo? and all of
Verbal,
the other-
Airbnb, different sites
Okay.
available. And she's a pretty good researcher, so I was quite shocked when she gave me this list.
So then, if there isn't a limit, number-wise, on Airbnbs or rentals, does there need to be one? I mean, it sounds like we weren't sure, now it sounds
Yeah.
like maybe there isn't.
Well, that's something we need to discuss, what we
Yeah.
want to do. 'Cause, you know, I know that other towns are limiting the number of B&Bs because it changes the dynamic of the town. You know, look at Woodstock. You know, there's so many B&Bs up there that they're literally, you know, going to long-term rentals. And limiting the number of B&Bs, short-term.
In
Push
some
those
places-
people to come into the town of Kingston.
Yeah, that's what we don't want, so we'll have to discuss that at length and go from there.
Some places limit the time frame. I know when we were in California, you had to take it for a month, you couldn't take it for anything
Correct.
less than a month,
Right.
which is,
Right.
but
In my job, I have 4 or 5 customers of B&Bs, and in some towns, it is minimum 30-day rental versus a weekend or a couple days.
it really discourages.
Right.
Transient.
Yeah.
Any other comments? Sarah, did you read it? Oh, I make a motion, we adjourn the town board meeting for May 4th, 2026 at 7:25.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
No nays? Thank you.